out there and welcome to Community Reports. Have you heard about the Nigerian spirit? The spirit regarded as the never die spirit, the surviving spirit against all odds, breaking barriers and pushing boundaries, fighting tenaciously to achieve. Once we were described as the happiest people on earth, not because we didn't have our own set of challenges, but it is derived from the entrepreneurship spirit of its citizens, male and female. Today's focus is on young Nigerian women expressing potentials and deeds in crafts, vocation, ideas, and jobs that are traditionally male-dominated. On the show, you will hear the stories of trained professionals who have ventured into shoemaking, manufacturing, painting, music, and entertainment. It's the community of young women entrepreneurs in Nigeria that are making a mark in traditional male vocation. Welcome. When it comes to economic growth and activity of any country, a consensus exists as to the main drivers of such economic growth via contributions using the platform of small and medium-scale enterprise. SMEs and MSMEs have organized and grown in most of these economies as drivers of growth and development to the height of entrepreneurship, where they now create and generate employment. In many African countries, women are historically no strangers to entrepreneurship and helping to improve Africa's competitiveness globally and promoting private sector participation in national development. According to a World Bank report, the rate of female entrepreneurship in Africa is higher than any region in the world. African women also constitute 70% of the informal economy, and 1/3 of Africa's formal small and medium-sized enterprises are owned by women. Once they were confined to the status of permanent homekeepers, away from public attention, the modern-day woman has broken out of the shells, has survived the decades of mere petty trading, domestic small businesses, to a towering height of entrepreneurship, displaying a sense of business savvy, more exposed, and is equipped with more tools to further amplify and grow her business. Another interesting element in the rise of female entrepreneurs is the fact that now, more than any time in the past, there are more women operating what was hitherto assumed to be male-only professions. Udoka is a phenomenal example of what women can achieve when they apply their minds to innovative business ideas that can transform society. A banker turned painter has ventured into a once men-only job of painting buildings and has built a business of it.
I started with interior design. Interior design actually started in 2012 while I was 7. I wanted something different because I worked in real estate firms, so I loved everything that had to do with buildings, housing, architecture, interpreting floor plans and all that. I was really, really interested in it. And then I had architects as colleagues, so they taught me a lot, and then that got me interested in housing. And then why didn't the interior design? It wasn't easy because it takes a lot to get a client to believe that you actually know what you're doing. You know, so, and I didn't have much clients, it was tough, I didn't have the capital to start. But I was offering 3 businesses in interior design. One was painting, consulting, and furniture making. So out of the 3 of them, the one that I could easily bring out and start off without doing so much, or without needing much capital, was painting. And that was where it all started. It was actually a case of me trying to find myself and trying to do what makes me happy. I've always been one about purpose. Whatever I do, I try to think deep. Okay, what does this mean? How does it affect me? How does it affect the next person? Am I really making an impact? You know, and I wanted to deal directly with people than sitting behind the desk and just pressing my computer. No. Not really. I wanted, at the same time, I wanted flexibility, you know, go out. I like to be busy or act busy or just doing a lot of things. And painting actually gave me that. I travel a lot. I work with my contractors, and it's fun. It's more fun and lively being a painter.
Chisom, I'm so beefing you badly now. I'm beefing you big time. How would you be making shoes? What's this, man? It's a real thing. Why are you making shoes?
So you're wondering what a female is doing in a male-dominated industry?
Let alone the one that has hard labor. It's like mixing concrete.
Well, let me see. I started making shoes actually because of my feet. So my feet are very peculiar. They're really long. They're size 42, but they're actually very narrow. They're size 38. I can never find shoes that fit, so I just said to myself, just like you go to the tailor and then they'll take your measurements and sew clothes that suit your body, why can't you go to a shoemaker, take your measurements and make shoes that fit your feet perfectly? So that was how Nsata was born.
It was basically a point of, I would call it a turning point in my life. So as at 2 years ago, I lost my brother, my only brother. So at that point, it was a thing of, you know what, you need to do something that basically starts a legacy. You need to do something that puts a mark on the world. You need your voice to be heard. And I remember one particular night, I heard God telling me, Toby, if you like, you can continue suffering and having hard times. If you don't do your music, you will not make it. So I just said, you know what, that's it. I just decided and I started, and that's where I am today.
Search for significance, curiosity, desire for more are key drivers to the journey some of these young ladies have embarked. Clearly, they are not approaching that from the backside of life. They were clear in their minds what they wanted. It required knowledge, they got it. It required some acumen in business development. That was also ticked on the to-do box. And indeed, the requirements of an integrated business model.
When I started the painting, I didn't have so much plan. So I approached a painting company and told them, if I get any job, we guys will do it together and all that. Although we never did anything, but I saw them work, and what they had on the floor was just cartons, and it wasn't, and then some of them working with slippers and all that. That didn't look good at all, and for safety reasons, it's actually not, what they call it, okay. So I am particular about the safety of my workers. They have to be safe. So, and then they have to, their, what they call it, their clothes have to be preserved. So I give them overalls to wear, and I give them boots to wear as well. And if they need hand gloves, they have hand gloves and face mask. So that's actually very important. Their health is important. Most of the products that we use, the paints, actually, if you inhale it too much, some of them are hazardous and not good for our health. So it's very, very important. So I would really love, in this industry, I would love people to see painters as professionals. Even though a lot of painters we don't present ourselves as professionals, it hurts me. But I mean, you see a painter and then you're telling him, you give him so amount, so little. I've been there before. I started working and earning so little, making losses on jobs because I didn't really know what it entails. So I'll just tell a client, okay, I'll paint this wall for 15,000 naira for you. And by the time I get there, the wall has defects, it's damp. I have to fix the wall first, and all that I did not, I actually learned on the job, all that I did not include in the cost. And this is what a lot of painters face, even people that have been on the job way before me, and then you see them looking, I mean, it's a job, so you should be able to take care of you, pay your bills, put your children's school fees, make you look good and, live a good life and not live poor or something. I don't know how to explain it, but I would really love people to take us seriously as professionals.